one of our users, Richard GWM, he had a question or kind of a statement. He said, "I contend that whenever human judgment or perception are involved, there is reasonable doubt. This causes an obvious problem for the criminal justice system because it pretends that facts can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. My suggestion is that the system abandon this pretense for a lower, more realistic standard." I mean, I think, can we ever be certain? And I mean, do you think that just because humans are involved, we should never allow the government to take that sort of irrevocable sort of step?
That's a really great point. And you know, when I was in law school, I struggled with that reasonable doubt standard a lot, right? And I think it's important to understand and emphasize that it is reasonable doubt. It's not all doubt. It's just reasonable doubt, right? Because if you go outside of capital crimes, then by that logic, you can say, well, we should never put anybody, I'm taking somebody's liberty and putting them in jail is an unbelievable punishment if you think about it really. Then, you know, is it fair to do it to anybody for any crime? Well, we got to do our best, right? And I think reasonable doubt is a fair standard, right? You have to be really certain, but not unreasonably certain, right? So, having said that, in capital cases, it is different because, as you point out, it's irrevocable, and that's part of what got me to change my mind on the death penalty. Okay, you know, reasonable doubt makes sense for a mugging and all the other crimes. You know, if we're going to execute someone, I'd like to erase all doubt, and I'm not sure that's possible.
Right. I mean, I haven't quite formed the idea, but I feel like the death penalty should only happen if the criminal confesses like multiple times and like in front of the court, and then if the family then says that they want the person killed as well, or if the person convicted says, yeah, go ahead, kill me.
Yeah, look, I hear you. I don't think we're going to come up with that standard. You know, as much as instinctually, if it happened to someone I loved, I would want that vengeance, as I honestly admit. I think that as a society, I think it's perfectly acceptable to say, hey, you know what? We're just never going to achieve enough certainty about this crime that we should take people's lives away. And you know what? Prison sentence for life is pretty bad. And I can live with it.
Exactly, especially now since it seems that being put on death row is really just life in prison, only more expensive, because it's like the number of executions keeps dropping and dropping, and I think the stat that I came up with, it costs $90,000 more per year to have someone on death row than just in life in prison. But anyway,
if you libs would stop suing, would probably solve that problem.
I know I really should allow people to kill these prisoners. I'm just
quickly.
I'm selfish that way. So let's see. I
don't mean to make too light of a serious topic, and and I said earlier I could live with it. Literally, no pun intended.